Good day, folks, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to discuss the possibility of a Fatboy Icon model in 2025. But first, of course, we've got a couple of viewer bikes to look at. And the first is Daniel's 2018 Breakout. This is his third Harley and has a 107 Milwaukee 8 with a stage 1. He also says he supports law enforcement, so he has some blue highlights throughout the bike. Very nice. Secondly, we have Scott from Australia, and this is his 2015 Fatboy. This later model twin cam looks like it has a lot done to it. Apes, pipes, seat, footboards, mirrors, chrome swing arm, and trim on the back of the fenders and headlight. Also looks like we even have a blacked out taillight. But thanks guys for sending those in, and of course if you want to see your bike in a video, send me some pictures with some information. My email address is in the description below. So word on the street is that we may be getting a Icon Fatboy model in 2025, and supposedly it will be based on the 1990 Gray Ghost Fatboy. And this is also supposedly being done to coincide with the Fatboy's 35th anniversary. So this story all came about from an article from, I believe it's David Chung of motorcycle.com. Documents from Germany and the Netherlands show a listing for a Gray Ghost Fatboy. They also list the peak horsepower at 100, which is a slight decrease from the current 2025 model with the 117 cubic inch engine. Now, the article doesn't get too much more into things other than we may be seeing it sometime in the next month or two. Now, if there are documents floating around out there listing a Gray Ghost Fatboy, whether it be, across the pond or not, that is very promising. Now, myself, I don't really have any information. I was told, just in kind of speaking with someone, that it would not surprise them to see a 35th anniversary model come out, but that was not a guarantee. That was just simply rumor and talking points. But what would a Fatboy Icon model look like? Well, if we look at the other models that they've had over the previous years, they'll just take a regular model that we have now, and they'll change a few things like the paint and the seat and that to try and make it kind of resemble that original bike. For example, last year we got the Hydra Glide Revival, which was basically a heritage. We got the Electra Glide Highway King, which was based off a Road King. The El Diablo was a lowrider ST, and the original Icon from 2021, the Electra Glide Revival, was based off a Street Glide. Now, I'm not going to fault Harley for doing something like that. I don't expect them to make a completely different model that is exactly the same as the original. They're going to take the bikes that they already have, along with the parts they already have, and try to come up with something. And hey, it's a pretty good sales model. I mean, you take an existing bike, change things, badging, seat, paint, make a limited number of them, and then just, watch them fly off the showroom floor, if they are even not sold before they get to the showroom. So if we use that logic, I think we have a pretty good idea of what we will see for an Icon model of a Fatboy, if and when we get one. Firstly, obviously, they'll be using the existing 2025 Fatboy platform that we already have. And I am sorry guys, but I do not see them getting rid of that big chrome nacelle on the front or the bobbed fenders. As this is going to be a model based off the Gray Ghost, I assume we're going to get a gray paint job, but not the base gray that we have right now. They will most likely be using a more probably light silvery gray more like the original model. I think they will get rid of that, what is, in my opinion, absolutely terrible Fatboy badge on the gas tank that we have here in 2025. And from there, I think we can expect to see a classic double wing military style decal on the tank, which, again, in my opinion, would be a huge improvement. As for the engine, we'll still have the 117 cubic inch Milwaukee 8. However, the 1990 Fatboy had a round air cleaner. I expect them to do the same and use the round air cleaner much like, or exactly like, what is now on the Street Bob and the Heritage. It was speculated that this is what leads to the small decrease in horsepower numbers in this Icon model. While we're still on the engine, I think we can expect some yellow accents on the rocker box covers. We'll also probably have yellow accents on the timing cover and the badging on the tank, and possibly here and there on other parts of the trim. Now, the original Fatboy had solid wheels. I am not sure if they will go as far as to change the wheels from what they have now. But, I mean, that being said, I'm sure they still have some of the 2018 to 2021 solid wheels lying around. Lastly, I think they will replicate the original Fatboy seat. And I really hope that they do that if this model comes out. I really like the look of those original seats. And for anybody who would say that it would be possibly a comfort issue to use that old style of seat, I would just say this. If you've ever owned a Fatboy, you know that comfort is not something any stock seat offers. But I think that's about all they're going to do on this possible Icon model, save for perhaps an anniversary medallion on the dash. I really can't see them doing anything else, and that would include the original wider staggered exhaust. But I will say I am much more optimistic than I was not long ago that this model will actually come out if there have been some documents filed. And so for me, the next question would be, would I possibly get one? And the answer would be no. And that's not because I don't think it'll be a nice model. I think it'll probably look great. But right now I have a car, unfortunately, that's on its way out, so I need a new vehicle. And unfortunately, in this Canadian climate that I live in, a car takes much more precedence over a bike. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Also, I mean, I got a Fatboy last year, a brand new one, and there ain't no way I'm going to be paying for another bike, not right now. And actually, at this point, I would even actually be looking at downgrading to an older model. But I'm interested in what you Fatboy fans think. Did I miss anything here? Are there other parts that you guys think they will look at changing? And would you guys possibly look at getting one if we did see an Icon Fatboy in 2025? Let me know in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one.